Now we are going to discuss about number function in JavaScript. Our first function is number. It is used to convert any string that having value into a number, and the same way parse into the same, but it give you a better result than a number function. And after that we have parse float. It is used to convert any string float value into a float number. Okay, and after that is finite. Is a boolean type. It will return you true if it is a finite value, and it will return us false when it is an infinite number, or it is a string, or it is boolean, any other type than a number, then it return false. And after that we have is integer. When you want to check any number that is integer or not, then we use isInteger function. It is again a boolean type. And after that to fix. For, for example, you are having a number like 9.763 and you want two decimal value. Then you provide two fix fixed, and here you provide 2, then it will give you a result 9.76. Okay, after that we have two precision. For example, if you want to round up till 2 digit, okay, then you provide 2 precision, and after that you provide 2. In previous example of fix you get 3 digit. In this example you get 9.8. It round off. If a number is greater than 5, then it round off into it give us carry to next number 1 and okay. And if it is less than 5, then we just give it as 0 and no carry is added. Okay. Now we will see how we can practically implement this. Okay. Now we are going to see how we practically implement number function in JavaScript. For that we have to just declare a variable var str, and after that we provide some value, for example 315, and after that we use var a equals to number function, and here we provide in round bracket str, and it will convert our string value into a number or numeric value. Then we print document.write, and after that we use a and plus. If we use a string, it concatenate the number, but if we use a number, then it add the number. For example, I use 15. Now let's save. You can see 330 is printed. What if I use here str, which is a string type? Now let's save. You can see 350 and it is concatenated with 50. Okay, now I just undo, and after that we have parse int value. But first of all, there is a difference between okay, now there is a difference between parse int and number. Number convert this into, like I use, now let's save. You can see it will shows us decimal point value 2. But if I provide here space and provide some value, for example, now let's save, it shows us not a number. But if we use here parse int and save, it pick the first value that is an integer. If here I provide some 23 and let's save, you can see it pick the integer value only and leave the decimal points. Okay, now similarly we can use parse float. Yes, parse float, and after that you can see it will pick the decimal value, or or even an integer value. Now let's save. You can see. Okay. After that we have another function which is finite. Is finite is used to check whether a number is finite or not. In case of any number, it is finite, or in case of any character, boolean, or something else, it is infinite. We have to use for finite, we use number, then dot is finite. Here we provide in round bracket str. Now let's save. You can see it is false. Why? Because it is an integer and here is the space. That's why it return as false. If I save here now, it will again return false. Why? Because it is a string type. If I remove this and now I give any value, now let's save, it return true. If I use some decimal point here, now let's say it is true. If I use here in for infinity, now let's say you can see infinity is not finite, that's why it returns as false. Or if you provide here true, false, any boolean value, it will return still false. Okay. Now after that we have another function which is integer. It is used to check any It is used to check whether a number is integer or not, whether a given variable is integer or not. For okay, after is finite, we have is integer. Now let's see. Here we provide str. After that, if we use here some 400 in quotes like string, it returns as false. If we use here 400, now it is an integer. Now let's save. You can see if I here provide point, after saving you can see it will return true. But here if I provide 1, 2, now let's save, it will return as false. Why? Because it is not an integer. Okay. Now after that, if you are providing here any value other than integer, it will return false. You can see. Okay. After that we have two fixed value. If I have number like 1200.3467. Okay, this is our number. And here I use str dot to fix. Okay, now I use to fix to okay. Now to fix is a function that is round off the number. If I want two decimal point, I here provide 2. Now after 1200 we got 3 and 5. You can see. Okay. If I here use 5 and let's provide 1, you can see now it is 4. 1200.4. Okay. This is how it works. Similarly, we have to precision. To precision. Okay. If here I provide 1, it means it take only one character. You can see 1. Okay, then it convert other number into 10 to the power. If here I provide like 2.5678 and now let's save. You can see similarly okay, if I provide this, after that we have 2. Okay, now it will give me only two numbers. Let's save. You can see it round off the entire this point and give us 2-digit value. If we provide 3, it will return 3-digit in decimal point. Okay. If we provide 4, it will give us 4-digit. You can see after we have total 4-digit. This is how precision, fix, and number function work in JavaScript. So that's it for today's video. If you like this video, please subscribe my channel, share with your friend, and bye bye.